Guys, this is Coach Henry again. We got Matt over here. We're gonna go through what we call a flow warm-up. This is actually more of a beginner's. We're gonna have two videos, and then in the comments below, we're actually gonna put some notes to kind of give you a brief summary about what we covered. So the first thing we're gonna start with is with some soft tissue. So Matt, first thing he's gonna do is gonna lay on a foam roller. Soft tissue is really important, you guys. Let's simplify it. It's just to get rid of restrictions. You're nice and tight from sitting at your desk all day, and you come to the gym, you work out, you beat yourself up, make yourself feel worse. This helps alleviate things. So what he's gonna do is gonna do what's called thoracic extension. So first thing he's gonna do is just gonna lay here. He's gonna take a couple deep breaths and exhale. So what I'm looking at is actually here. His rib cage, pelvis, perfectly lined up. I always call it canister breathing or three-dimensional breathing. As he breathes, he's getting air into his obliques, he's getting air into his stomach, and he's opening up his upper back here as he's reaching towards the sky. So what he's gonna do now is gonna take a deep breath in, he's gonna exhale and reach back. So his arms are just gonna fall back, and what's happening here is he's actually stabilizing with his abs. Deep breath in, exhale. And what we're also doing is opening up his upper back, and we're mobilizing his thoracic spine, which is pretty much it's in between your lumbar spine and your cervical spine. Thoracic spine goes from like here to here. So I'll typically spend about maybe 5-6 minutes on soft tissue. From here, we're gonna transition. And what I'm gonna do, Matt's gonna run and grab a ball real quick. He's gonna take off his shoes. We're on our feet all day, so one thing that happens is our feet tend to get abused. So what happens is we get really tight. He's gonna grab a ball. He's just gonna stand on the ball. He's gonna take a deep breath in and just kind of sink into the ball. It doesn't look like much is going on here, you guys, but because you're on your feet all day, our feet get abused. Once again, he's breathing. So what I'm looking at, once again, is that canister, making sure all the air is going directly into his diaphragm. And that's it. So pretty much he'll spend typically about maybe anywhere from 2 to 5 minutes, depending on if you sit all day, if you're on your feet all day, if you're working on a warehouse. This kind of determines how long. Sometimes it hurts really bad, sometimes it doesn't. Once again, if we can get rid of restrictions in his feet, well, 90% of exercises should be performed on your feet. Therefore, he'll be more efficient, he'll have better posture, and he'll be in less pain. So from here, we're gonna transition into what I call three-dimensional breathing. So once I've done soft tissue, lay on your back, Matt. What we're gonna do is we're gonna actually activate his diaphragm a little bit more. So what he's gonna do is he's gonna take a deep breath in, he's gonna exhale. Now what I'm gonna have him do is I'm gonna have him put one hand on his stomach, one hand on his chest. So what I'm looking at, take a deep breath in, is I want this hand on his stomach to kind of elevate and expand before the hand on his chest. What happens a lot of times is people will breathe into their chest first, which simply tells us the air's not getting deep enough, the posture's really bad. Good. Next, I'm gonna have him lay down on his stomach. This is called crocodile breathing. So what we're doing here is typically what I'll do is I'll put my hands on a client's low back and I'll have him breathe. And if you look real closely, you can see his back expanding, and I can actually literally feel the air going into my hand. And that's about it, you guys. So that's right there. We just performed soft tissue part 1, and then that was just three-dimensional breathing. So I'm gonna set up for the second phase, which is the dynamic phase of the warm-up, and hopefully this was helpful, you guys.